Happy Friday. I'm Angela Rye in for Roland Martin. Today on News One Now.
Angela Rye.
Angela
Rye.
Angela Rye.
Angela Rye.
Political strategist Angela Rye.
Angela Rye, you've been tweeting about this all weekend, saying a lot of things. Express yourself.
Well, where to begin, Rev? To Jones' last point about paternalism here, I think that Big Daddy Sterling over here, the only thing that he's going to really understand is for this to hit him economically. Put your money where your mouth is and hold your dollars, know where you're spending, and be very careful about who you choose to support. Women do have the right to choose jobs, choose their wages to ensure they're fair. The long-standing battle of women's suffrage and all of these other things that have ensured women's advancement over time. The fact that the president signed the Lilly-Ledbetter Act into law as his first act as the president is a major deal that they ignore, largely because they're not really ready to talk truth and what it really means to be a woman in America in this day and age is. This case from the very beginning, it took more than 40 days to even charge George Zimmerman. From day one, Trayvon Martin was treated not only as a suspect by George Zimmerman, but also by the police department. That's why his dead corpse was subject to toxicology testing. George Zimmerman never was. So whether or not he agrees with the president and the Department of Justice weighing in, it was clear that Sanford, Florida could not handle it by themselves.
Angela, what's your reaction?
Well, Rev, I think it's great that they were able to get so much participation. It was a great way to involve social media. If that picture could speak for the diversity of the Academy, wouldn't we have made great strides? Joy, it was twofold. One was Paul Ryan really needs to be accountable to his remarks, and what better entity to hold him accountable than 43 African-American members of Congress known as the conscience of the Congress. So I often wonder, when listening to all the rhetoric about affirmative action, how can you have bootstraps to pull yourself up and you have no boots? How can you have equal access to education with little to no financial resources? How can you be judged by the content of your character, or in this instance, the content of your report card, when all they see is the color of your skin and the associated stereotype? There are just folks who are not on VIP conference calls that just want to be supportive and utilize their voice. They can utilize their Twitter feeds, their Facebook pages, and all of the other avenues to ensure that people understand there is a role for you to play here. There's a criminal justice system here that is broken, and we need to work on fixing it. If that means we have to apply pressure, pressure applied. You may have to fight to protect how you are perceived as a black man. You are not a killer. You are not a thug. You are not barbaric. You are not ignorant. You are not violent. And when the world tells you otherwise, I will be right here to remind you that you are a marvelous black man. You can be anything you want to be. You will make history by building on our rich legacy. You will always offer a hand up. You will love this country's potential and do your part in ensuring a more perfect union. Son, I hope none of this makes sense to you by the time you can understand the content of this letter, because that will mean we finally stop singing "We Shall Overcome" and we began to actually live it.
Angela Rye, always good to have you on the Ed Show. Thanks so much.